Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Monday. It's Brian with Brian's Knives. Um, Try to get out here and make a video today. Kind of sporting an eye patch. Um, got that delivered by Amazon this morning. It kind of keeps me from having to stare at these. I've got actually two bubbles in my eye right now that I see constantly. It's driving me nuts. And so thought I would try an eye patch for a while to kind of give me a break from that. So that's the deal with the eye patch. And in case you don't know, and you might need to know, you probably already know this because you guys are pretty smart. I don't even know where I put them at the moment, but you can. Oh, here we go. You can buy sunglasses that will fit over regular glasses. Stylish, aren't they? I know, looking good. And so I just learned this here the other day, and these also came with the eye patch from Amazon. I ordered them yesterday, and they help a lot outside. My eyes are still dilated. Initially from the surgery, and then they were giving me dilating drops, and then I went back this past Wednesday for my follow-up, and what did they do? They dilated my eyes again. And so this one's still like dilated as big as a dinner plate, and this one's a little bit better, but anyway, so going outside with the sun out, man, it just kills me right now. So I thought I would buy me some semi-ugly sunglasses to kind of help out with that in the short term. And not too much else update eye-wise. I guess the biggest kind of news is I went back for my checkup. And the doctor spent most of the time actually looking at this eye. So now they're concerned that it already has thinning of the retina, and I guess it's got latticing, which I think means there's like some micro tears in the thinnest part of the retina. And so she's like, if you see any kind of floaters, anything abnormal in that eye, make sure you get in here. Because the same thing could happen in that eye that just happened in this one. So I have to go back every few months to have that checked now. So they'll be keeping an eye on that as well. Hopefully that won't happen ever. And hopefully if it does happen, it won't be until after this one heals up, because that would be a very bad combo for sure. About the only thing I've been able to do while I've been not able to see very well is I've been working on one of Dad's shotguns. It's a Mossberg 410 that I don't think he's owned this gun, had owned this gun too awfully long, because I don't remember seeing it. And I wouldn't be surprised that he didn't pick it up partly to train either his bird dogs or his mountain feist that he had. Little, not as loud, not as much noise to deal with for a dog that's not used to gunfire. So it's a great little gun though. But all the finish was flaking off down here on the stock, and it was pretty beat up. So I thought, I can't do anything else. Let's see if we can't refinish the gun stock. So funny story about that is I had it all sanded down, and went ahead and start applying the True Oil finish, which is this stuff made by Birchwood Casey. And I went outside so I could, see better, and I've done this before, so I kind of know how it works. And applied the coat and brought it inside and hung it up so it could dry. And then I was looking at it later, and Heather's like, well, you kind of missed a big spot here, and you've got to run here, and this isn't covered evenly here. And so the lesson there is don't do this when you can't see very well. So I sanded all that finish back off. Well, I used some remover first, got most of it, and then I went back and resanded the entire stock again. And then I decided, well, it might be good to hit it with a little bit of walnut stain, so I did. And that got dried yesterday. So today, I applied a coat of this sealer filler that they make. And that's drying really fast. I think another hour that's going to be completely dry. I mean, it's not even sticky now when you pick it up and look at it. So that's supposed to help you get a better finish in the end. And so that's what we did. I'll be applying another first coat of True Oil. Hopefully this one will go better. And once I get about 4 coats of that on there, we should be pretty much good to go. So that'll be that. Kind of looking forward to seeing how it all turns out in the end there. But in the meantime, I did want to show you another knife. Hang on just a second. Lexi is actually on top of an armchair in the living room right here. And she is up on top of the chair, got her head stuck through the curtains of the window, watching to see who could be possibly outside that she might be able to bark at. So that's what she's doing right now. So you'll probably hear her again before we get done. But let me show you a knife. This is one of the knives that I got from Dwayne when we did a trade. I showed you one of the Rosecraft knives. This was a case knife. And this is a single-bladed mini trapper. Pretty knife. It is in stainless steel, as you can probably tell. It's been used, all right, it's not perfect. But stainless steel, mirror polish blades. And then look at the blade. It's actually a Wharncliffe instead of the typical clip blade option and spade blade. Most of them have 2 blades. But this is the single Wharncliffe. And, I would love to tell you what year it is, but man, I just can't see that. I just don't know. But there is the Tang stamp. You might be able to see some about that. But anyway, you guys can probably see that better than I can at the moment. It does have SS on the back. I could see that for stainless. Got good snap. Blade alignment's not great. It's pretty much, well, I don't know. Doesn't look too bad now. Maybe I was looking at it wrong earlier. So, whatever. I don't really care about that too much, as long as it's not rubbing anywhere. And it's just got the regular case shield on it. Nothing special there. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice little knife. And especially if you need a Wharncliffe blade. Great for opening packages, cutting leather, any kind of scoring cutting deal. It's quite the blade for the job. So, and I just noticed you can see the walnut stain that's stained my fingers here where I've been working on the gun stock. But yeah, it's got half stops, of course, like you would expect. But it's a nice little knife. I've got like the traditional 2-bladed mini trapper right here. So, sorry guys, my video works probably terrible because I can't tell too much about what we're doing here, but anyway, it's a great little knife. Glad to have it in my collection. And thanks to Dwayne for hooking me up with that. Really do appreciate it. And I guess I need to pick up a case peanut now. Zach over in his knife channel has just convinced me that I need to try one at least, right? So at some point when I can, I'm going to pick up a case peanut. And I think I'm going to get that a black synthetic one that they have. It's pretty inexpensive, and I believe it was modeled after some knives after World War II, maybe. The gum, I think they're called gum fuddy knives, so that would be a cool one to pick up. So might be a video in the future. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on here. Not a terrible lot. The doctor told me last Wednesday that I was allowed to drive, which I think is crazy because I have hardly any peripheral vision out of this eye. Can't see anything out of this eye too much. And just walking around is disorienting with these bubbles floating around there and without much peripheral vision. I kind of walk like a drunk man sometimes. And so I just can't imagine driving a car, especially in all this bright sunlight and traffic moving. And yeah, I think that would be a really bad idea. I might, would go like across the street from our neighborhood to the Save-A-Lot grocery store, because that's like hardly no peace at all, and there's one stoplight, I think, if I needed to. But yeah, I'm not too hip on doing a lot of driving right now. I think that would be a bad idea for me and for anybody that I might come across. So we'll be holding off on that at least until these bubbles are gone and maybe seeing a little bit better. But yeah, so that's pretty much where we are. Heather had worked from home the last 2 weeks because I was doing so many eye drops every few hours that she stayed and helped me get those put in, and ointment for my eye and all that kind of jazz. Anyway, so she's back at work this week, but she will be here, I think, the end of the week. She's trying to do some flex and work from home a couple of days a week. Which will help us, it saves wear and tear on the car and gas and all that good kind of stuff. And since I'm currently not being paid at work, cutting corners anywhere we can is the order of the day. So that's kind of where we are. But all right, I've probably rambled enough, guys. Tell me what you think about the little mini trapper there. Do you like a one-bladed knife, or do you prefer the more traditional two-bladed version of the mini trapper? I'd love to hear that. Love to know what you think. As always, I read all the comments. I try to respond to every one of them. And give me a little bit more grace right now because it's a little bit harder for me to see and be on the computer screen. But anyway, yeah, let me know. Obviously, if you haven't subscribed, love for you to do that. Love for you to hit the like button. That's just a simple way that you support the channel. Doesn't cost anything to do those things. And it just lets the logarithm there at YouTube know that, hey, you think this is worth other people watching as well. So if you're inclined to do that, I would really appreciate it. All right, guys, well, have a good day. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video.